I always had that desire for chasing the stars. Those shiny, glossy things that spread their light across myriads of galaxies and planets. To see them, I would spend hours sitting online, searching for locations relatively close to my home. When I found one, I would immediately pack up and rush to travel there. Anytime, anywhere. Really. Sometimes I thought nothing could stop me from fulfilling my never ending aspiration. But reasonably, my parents and friends had other thoughts about all this. Sure, randomly disappearing in the evening and stumbling back home early in the morning was unacceptable to them. But have they seen these stars? Well, yes, I suppose they've seen stars, but not these stars. 6 in the evening. Looks like I have a planned trip upcoming. What do we have? Backpack, gloves, hat, keys. Oh, phone for sure, and a bottle of water too. But while I was packing my stuff, Dad suddenly stepped into my room. Estrella? What's the matter now? Stars, Dad? It's just stars, as usual. Don't you think you're too obsessed with them, huh? How can you be obsessed with stars, Dad? Okay, fine. I wanted to talk about other things, asked I. About school and Nicole. What's with the last one? He's your boyfriend, no? Are you going to defend him now? Do not, darling, speak to me in that tone. Well, listen, I don't care, okay? I actually don't like him that much. He's always being so pushy and stuff, so I said to him, like, okay, let's try being in a relationship. Yes, I know, I haven't walked with him in like, what, weeks, but does it matter? And he doesn't share my passion for the stars, so why should I care? Because you're torturing him, Estrella. Why did you hit him in the nose so hard that blood started dripping out? Why do you keep scheduling dates and walks with him only to disappear, ignore him, forget him? He's a nice guy, I can tell. And he loves you, whether you realize it or not. Truly, no catch. He might even know you better than we, your parents, do. I can't deny that fact. I consider you a highly conscientious girl, but your behavior toward Nicole is utterly thoughtless. As my dad spoke, I felt myself slowly melting inside. At some point, I couldn't bear to be in that room anymore. With a choked, I hate you, I shoved him in the chest as hard as I could, grabbed my backpack, and bolted out, slamming the door behind me. Stars. Maybe I've already seen them trillions of times, but each new glimpse feels like the first. I must know all the constellations by heart. Sure do. No other thoughts now. Let me just gaze above. My world was broken by someone sitting down beside me. I was so lost in the atmosphere that I didn't even shift my eyes to see who it was. After a long silence, a young, melodic female voice broke through. You love them, don't you? It's more of a rhetorical question, I'd say. Can you tell me, why do you do this? I simply love it, silly you. I'm not silly, young lady. Oh, whoa, whoa, who's talking? Luna, my pleasure. Fine, but I still don't care. From now on, you will, young blood. After those words, the glimmering shine of the stars began to fade, the night sky painting itself black. I was so shocked that I whipped my head to the right. Just a meter away sat an unbelievably strange girl. She looked impossibly fragile, as if she might crumble into pieces at any moment. Her thin hands, with pale white skin, ended in beautiful long fingers. Her glossy blonde hair, cascading endlessly, shimmered with tiny golden particles rising from its surface. She wore a breathtaking evening dress, the color of deep atlas blue. Her golden, glowing eyes pierced straight into my soul. I think you've gone the wrong way. What do you mean? Exactly what I say. You, young lady, have pointed your tiny nose in an entirely inappropriate direction. Huh? But what did I do wrong? You still don't understand? Fine, then I'll explain it straight out. Okay, I'm ready to listen. So, you've been going out a lot, wouldn't you agree? Don't ask how I know. I just do. And the reason you've been doing it, because of your mighty, imagined stars, right? But let me ask you one thing. What about your family, your friends, your boyfriend, Mistress Estrella? I've said it maybe a million times, but I will repeat it for you. They do not see the stars. Got it? No, I haven't. Why not? Because of the inappropriate, childish behavior you've displayed over the past month. Do you really think ruining all your social life is better than seeing a bunch of shining particles? Yes, I see you have your reasons, but I will tell you one thing. When you keep looking up to find something for yourself, you always lose sight of everything at eye level and below. And it always works that way. Always. But now, I won't bother you any longer with my presence. Ciao, sweetie. With those words, the girl began to fade, her form dissolving into the night. But at the last moment, she raised her hand. Seconds later, a tiny, yellowish star fell into her palm. Without hesitation, she threw it straight at my face as hard as she could. A blinding white light consumed my vision, and an excruciating pain tore through my entire body. It was so intense, I couldn't even open my mouth to scream. I collapsed there, on the ground, and lost consciousness. A tender touch woke me. Then a strong arm helped me sit up, resting me on a jacket already spread out on the grass. It was Nicoli. Of course it was. Estai, how are you? Good, Nico, thank you. I responded with my usual cold tone, but this time something was different. A wave of guilt crashed over me, so intense that a shower of tears burst from my eyes the moment the words left my lips. Now I understood everything, and I didn't want to think about it because it was all awful. There was no other way to say it. You need to change, Estrella. You sure do, and you will, because you don't have any other choice. My red, wet eyes lifted to meet Nico's. I couldn't resist any longer. I leapt into his arms, giving him the best kiss I could squeeze out in my state, while whispering the simplest, yet most vital words I'd failed to say before. I love you, Nico. I don't know how long we sat there, wrapped in each other's arms, hugging as if the world could wait. Time seemed to stop, granting us a moment to drown in this magical appreciation of each other. Eventually, we stood, and Nico, with a gentle smile, asked, "Green or black?" I can remember the last time I laughed so hard, But I managed to catch my breath and reply, You know I don't drink tea, silly. As we walked home, under the starlit sky, I stole one last glance upward. These stars were still there, twinkling as always, but now I saw something else, too. Something just as bright, right here beside me.